Welcome to a new video. Today is Saturday, 4th of March 2017. It is currently 1421 hours Central European Time. This video will very likely be severely sabotaged, not anywhere near as eloquently and Faex Mundi ridiculing as I would like it to be. Nonetheless, please bear with me. This video has to do with the renewed verification, if you want to call it that, not that any such were needed, of what I call Trubshaw's theorem. There was a two-part video on YouTube dated from 22nd of July 2016, namely Trubshaw's theorem revisited part 1 of 2 and Trubshaw's theorem revisited part 2 of 2. The first part is 21 minutes 54 seconds, the second part is 53 minutes 30 seconds. Revisited because already 8 days prior, namely on, let's see, where is this? On the 14th of July 2016, I uploaded a 17 minutes and 4 second long video called Trubshaw's Theorem, Trinary System, Flow, 14th July 2016. All of these videos can be found on YouTube. They are all public. You're cordially invited to watch them. Yesterday's video included the understanding and grasping and insight and the letting Faex Mundi know of the fact that thought is not data. Now, I want to elaborate a little on that. Trubshaw's theorem, which is not at all a theorem, as I explained in the very first video, Trubshaw's theorem, how it's not merely some theorem or other, is nothing other than the very fabric of the universe. Specifically, but not only, interestingly enough, but specifically all matter in the universe. Which really means that it is legitimate to, in a non-scientific way, call it the key to the universe. You know, because for most people, unless you are a physicist, that stuff in the universe that might be of any interest to you will most probably be the matter, I take it. And not really anything else, right? This is the fabric of the universe, Trubshaw's theorem, which is very simple. See, there's fields of physics horrendously hijacked into pseudoscientific sci-fi deluding these days that give you funny formula that are 8 full blackboards long. Here's a very simple one. Here it is. I hope you can see this. I call this an inverted comma because truth of the matter is, forget about this here. This is from a few videos back. The interesting thing about this is that this part is actually not really needed. N to the power of x times n, where n is your numerical system of choice. So if it's the binary system you practice, you would have a 2 there. If it's the decimal system, you would have a 10 there, and so on and so forth. And x being the dimensionality, meaning for 3D, you put a 3 there. 2D has a 2 there, 1D has a 1 there, and 0 is when you have it 0 dimensional. Thought, my dear little Faex Mundi fuckers, is 0 dimensional according to the terminology utilized in these videos. Thought is not dimensional, it is thus non-dimensional. That puts it in 0 dimensional. Which means, my dear Faex Mundi, that thought is not data. Which means, my dear Faex Mundi, that basically all your fuckers have been working on for pretty much 90 years is ultimately in vain. You cannot access the thought. You will say, what are you talking about? I mean, we've been doing this for 90 years. You know, we have our robot mode people out there. They do as we say, they walk where we say, they fuck whom we say, they say in speeches what we say. Of course we can manipulate their thoughts. No, you cannot. You can coerce data through the vessel, so to speak, in a very unscientific term, that their brain represents and their nervous system whole and their body, in a more extended sense, represents. Yes, much to the same degree as if I had this ball pen, and if I were to run a whole lot of electricity through it, it would start glowing. No shit, that's what it would do. It would start glowing, actually melting and glowing. The metal parts would start glowing, and there'd be a lot of smoke from the plastic parts, but Some of it would be glowing very brightly if you put enough juice in it. That does not mean that this is a light bulb. It ain't. This is a ball pen, not a light bulb. And with that little analogy, I hope you understand how you can get at people's thoughts, not at mine. You can get at anybody's thoughts, because thought is not data. Thought is not dimensional. It ain't. On the way in or on the way out, you'd be converting into, or try to, actually out of doesn't work, really, but that's the details, but you would have to rely on it being data. What you're shoving into the fields here is data. That's what you're shoving into the fields. And thoughts are not data. You are coercing data through people's brains, but not thoughts. And the true thoughts in their brains, you can sabotage by just sabotaging biologically all the weak little functional units in their brains that allow them to have thoughts, yes, but that does not mean that you can at all get at the thoughts. These thoughts are forever beyond you. Forever. Scientifically, physically speaking. I don't mean, let me be very precise with this. I don't mean this philosophically. I don't mean this down the lines of your pseudoscience that is psychology. I mean this scientifically, as in natural sciences, okay? Physically. Physically, biologically, biochemically, and so on and so forth. Thoughts are beyond you. They will always be beyond you. Now, that, interestingly enough, makes a whole lot of your delusions and your pseudoscientific carrots on a stick that you've been chasing for pretty much 90 years. Well, some not quite that long, but, you know, for instance, the one about, oh, the secret knowledge of God, or whatever else, is encoded in human genome. No, it ain't. Any thought, any knowledge, any grasping is not data. You can coerce some of it into data. You know, if I write something down, I coerce my thoughts into data. There it is, the data written, okay? And I don't mean necessarily on a computer. I mean data even, you know, my little, I'm not sure if the pencil is being picked up. This is the calculation of my financial situation. Here I coerce the mathematics down into data on paper. This is data. And as I see it, as I look at it, and I read the numbers here, it is data that my mind digests, okay? This is not thought. This is not mathematics. This is data. Mathematics and thoughts happens in here. I want to point this out to you. What that means is that all of your something or other, the truth about God, the truth of whatnot, is encoded in the human genome. No, nothing is encoded in the human genome. I mean, of course, tons, you know, a whole lot of things are encoded in the human genomes, but no such thing as knowledge or secrets or any such at all, whatsoever. In fact, I mentioned in my two-part video how this also lends itself, namely if it's not binary or trinary, but quaternary, CGAT being the quaternary there, and that is the system, and it is subject to the very same rules. But I want to point out to you is that all of that delusion of yours, chasing whatever allegedly were encrypted in the human genome, none of that. It's not just non-scientific. It is grotesque humbug of the highest order, because you are chasing for quintessentially thoughts and knowledge and grasping and understanding that you seek in where you have only data. But data is not thought. What you seek is not there. You go to a store where they sell you ball pens, and you bloody insist that they sell you a light bulb. And they say, we don't have light bulbs. We don't have any. We're sorry, go elsewhere. Now you sell me a light bulb. We don't have light bulbs. Right? One of the many of your pseudoscientific crap delusions haven't made proof. The interesting thing is, this shit here, if you please watch these two-part Trubshaw Theorem Revisited videos, this here is the fabric of everything. Which really means, I want you to understand that, Faex Mundi. Here I am recording these videos. I am sharing with you the fabric of the universe. With you, bracket, lurchies and delusionists nopere, who always claim that you seek knowledge and seek wisdom and seek, things in their true nature to be revealed to you and whatnot. Here it is. Here it fucking is. Look at it. Look at it. This is it. I'm sharing it with you. In fact, I was sharing it with you in July 2016. And if they've been good little mind extractors, mind extraction field protocol extractors, then latest June 2016. Matter of fact, I don't know when exactly I started thinking down the lines when I was working on flow and so on and so forth, but way longer than that. That is well over half a year now. I mean, this is like 8 months, almost 9 months now. Here we are, almost 9 months later. This is unspectacular as it is. I agree. This is very unspectacular. So you might go, well, what? This is it? Yeah, this is it. This is the fabric of the universe. The numerical system's base number, meaning 2 for binary, 3 for trinary, and so on, being entered in the ends, and the x being your dimension. And that is where you get the dimensional limits. That is how you can see how there are efficiency thresholds. That is how you can see how the clustering works, the SIC, the system intrinsic clustering. Please look at these old videos. This is how you see how 1 divided by the SIC number gives you what I call the universal cleaver to peel off superfluous, so to speak, superfluous, as you call it, I think, layers of dimensionality and so on and so forth. This is it. This is the universe, motherfuckers. I have tried to share with the world, including Faex Mundi, the fabric of the universe 9 months ago. And your willing executioners keep that information from you. I want you to understand that. Your willing executioners that you allow, every last one of you IGs, allow to happily ally against me, keep the fabric of the universe, simplistic as it is, from you. And you allow them to do that. Even though you claim to seek truth and wisdom and knowledge and insights and revelations and whatnot. That is the situation. Yesterday I explained how thought is not data. How the grasping of this, for instance, in here, is not data. I was so kind to write it down. I was so kind to record videos on it, turning it into data. But the thought in here is not data. The thought in here is zero-dimensional in the diction of what I used for the two-part video. All of these technologies you utilize cannot even touch on thoughts. All of your delusions down the lines of creating anything like artificial intelligence or artificial sentience or whatnot won't ever work, because they're working with computers and data. And even if they extract it via people's brains, what they do really is they coerce it into data, and they try to bring data together from all of these individual brains that they subject into it, which will always be nothing other than data. It will never remanifest as thought, so to speak. That is too generic and simplistic an idea to apply to this. You know, that data can be, I'm not even sure what verb to use here, can be remade into thought or something. I want you to understand, Faex Mundi. And by the way, another little thing, this is more an aside comment, another little thing about how nothing encrypted in the genes and blah, you know, what do you call it, genetic memory or something like that, I think you call it, some of you very deranged pseudoscientists, you know, even pseudoscientists. If you want a nice example of the distinction between what you think how you wrongly interpret particular phenomena that are found in the gene encoding, so to speak. I refer you to something called Catian milk. If you don't know what Catian milk is, or what I mean by referring to Catian milk, that is because the people you have operating the extraction protocols keep shit from you and forge shit and lie about shit, because they will know in great length and detail what Catian milk is and in what context I stumbled across the phenomenon of Catian milk. Okay? For those who don't know, I am working on a future-to-be television series based on the Star Trek franchise. There is an alien life form in there looking a whole lot like cats, they're called Catian, and there's going to be a little scene where a holographic Catian will consume replicated Catian milk, as in Catian mother's milk, right? But not out of a human tit, but out of, so to speak, a Catian mother's tit. And that triggers something, even though it is a hologram, it triggers something in the memories, allegedly, and then the analyzer starts on, well, okay, the biological processes are being simulated by a hologram, but how detailed can it really be, and what does it spell, blah, 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 but all that shit, they keep all of that shit from you. They keep that. Because, dear Faex Mundi, some of you fuckers, I don't mean you willing executioners, I mean you who allegedly are in command of them, tell them, oh, they tell us things about, insert shit here, about God, about the aliens, about, you know, funny thing is, fabric of the universe. This is as fucking close to aliens or God or whatever you can bloody get. I mean, not that there is such thing as bloody gods, no, but in your crazy mind worldview, this is it. They keep this shit from you. If let me draw this a little differently. Here, if scientific insights and graspings were trading cards, baseball cards, you'd have one with my mug on it saying Trubshaw, and beneath it says n to the power of x times n. And one of those would get you approximately a bazillion E equals mc squares. No shit! This underlies everything. This is the fabric of the universe, you fucking stupid pieces of shit. I stumbled across it because there I was trying to assemble a trinary home computer. You know, it doesn't really matter how you stumble across something. Newton, allegedly, stumbled across gravity because he was sitting under a tree. What do you know? He had no fucking idea. He was not looking for it. Oh, what would be this gravity? No. Right? He made a buck. Okay? So I was working on a trinary home computer, and I tried to sink my teeth into the binary system, and I did, and I stumbled upon things, and then I go, wait a minute, that. Realization. Figuring. Not me unlocking things in my genetic code. No. Just thought of a sane mind, not an absane one like yours. This is what they keep from you, the fabric of the universe, and instead they torture me 24/7 and keep me like this. I want you Faex Mundi willing executioners to understand, to imagine, if you please, the wrath that those of your masters whom you betray 24/7 will unleash upon you when they come to find out how you keep the information, ultra simplistic as it is, You cannot argue this with, well, you wouldn't have understood it anyway. No, this is it. This is not a blackboard full of cryptic scribblings. This is it. You keep that information from them. You keep Trubshaw's theorem from them. You keep what Trubshaw's theorem means and spells for everything from them. You keep from them the fact that thought is not data. You keep from them the fact that in genes there is only data. You keep from them what all of that spells. And I just touched on a few topics here. You keep all of that from them. And you'll be hard-pressed to explainify your asses to them once they find out. And the wonderful thing about this is that this is a very funny situation. Should I be alive when they find out? Their fury over me being alive, in whatever hole, in whatever set, state, and condition, will be nigh on infinite. And, funnily enough, should I be dead by then, their fury over my being dead, namely over you having allowed me to remain alive and wind up in that situation then, or you having allowed for me to die, and so on and so forth. No matter what you do, Faex Mundi willing executioners, your Faex Mundi masters will understand finally that they seek and you keep them from finding. That will sink in. This, a bazillion of them MC squared, E equals MC squared trading cards. That's a ratio, roughly. Ballpark. No shit. Trubshaw's theorem. You keep that from them. You besmirch that. You utilize things such as how back in early 2013, for nothing but ridiculing and torturing purposes, you had some people, way back when To the Brink connections still were possible, when there were organized rings possible, and so on and so forth, you had some very bright minds in the same torture wheels as me. And you will say that this is their finding, when it fucking ain't. This is my finding, and that's no big deal. It's somebody's finding, that's all that matters. What matters in this video is that you fucking Faex Mundi willing executioners, and I don't care if you are too stupid to understand what this means. I hereby explain to you what it means. This is the fabric of the universe. And that's all you would need to know to forward that to your masters. But you don't, because you keep all of this information from them.